Good day. Well, I'm North Dakota Carnivore Lance, and I've been doing the Carnivore Lifestyle now for 170 days. And I got a couple things I want to find out or want to talk about. Number one is what in the hell is happening? Why am I cold? I mean, I I grew up in this state. I grew up with this weather. I've never had issues with this weather until this year. Now, for whatever reason, I'm cold. Um, I joke around with the guys at work and tell them it's because I've lost 78 pounds of insulation on my body. I don't have it anymore. But it doesn't explain why, even when I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, a smock at work and stuff, and I, I'm still cold. Uh, we used to keep our house at 67, 66 degrees. Now it's at 70 because of me. I'm cold. Um, my work, we used to keep that at 66, 68. Uh, I I get cold at that time now. I got to turn it up. I got to go up to 70 degrees. Otherwise, I'm cold. And I don't know why. Um, it's never happened to me before. I've never had issues with just being cold in the 70s or in the 60s. I always thought that was a perfect temperature, a great temperature to be at. In order to warm up, here what I've been doing at home is I get on the treadmill and I walk for 20 minutes, half an hour to warm my body up, which isn't a bad thing, gets me moving. But why? Why am I cold? I don't know. Um, I did read it somewhere that it could be an iodine deficiency. I've heard some noodles off of Amazon. I'm going to try that and see if that makes any changes, but it's not going to hurt to have a little extra iodine in my diet. I, I don't know why. Why am I cold? It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. And the other thing that's going on is just one of these beautiful. I I guess I just don't know why. I don't know why I'm cold all the time now. But it's different, so no, I'm all right with it. I can deal with it. I can always put on, a shirt. That's what I've always said about being the wintertime here. You can always put more layers on, and that's why I like it when it's cold out because you can dress for it. And in the summer when it's hot and you can only take off so many clothes before you get in trouble. So I just have to learn how to layer better, I guess, with this uh, loss of my insulation. And the other thing I wanted to just mention was, I guess I mentioned it just a second ago. I've been walking on the treadmill. I just did a 48-minute walk. And that was 2.41 miles. Got my heart rate up there, what 135, something like that. So you got a nice little exercise in, burned a few calories, got a little sweat. It's kind of nice to walk on a treadmill because it's climate controlled in here. I don't have to, go outside. I don't have to deal with the weather out there. The weather right now in this wonderful place that I'm in is it's cold. Um, well, it's 10 degrees. The real feel is -6. It's got a 14-mile-an-hour wind at 10 degrees. It feels a lot colder outside than what it really is. I know when I woke up this morning, it was like 7 below zero. But it's just going to get worse here in the next, 4 or 5 days, where high temperatures are going to be -4. Overnight lows are going down into the 20 below zero. And there's that outside chance of a little bit of snow once it starts to warm up again. But I just want to come in and mention that it is a good thing to exercise. I haven't exercised for the first 5 months. that I was on this lifestyle. I haven't done it when I was over 347 pounds. That was my heaviest. There was no way to exercise. It's not something that's going to happen. 335 pounds, I wasn't going to do it. 300 pounds, I wasn't going to do it. I told myself when I got below 300 that's when I'd start looking at exercise. And now that actually this morning I was 256 pounds. So I'm down 79 pounds. It's a big difference in my body as far as how I'm built. I don't have that big belly that I had. I still have a belly. It's just not as big as it used to be. So I'm still at 256 pounds. I'm still considered to be obese. My next goal for my weight is going to be 239 pounds. So that's 16 pounds away. Is that what it is? And yeah, something like that. And then what that's going to do is it's going to put me into just the overweight category. I won't be obese anymore. And I'm getting close to it, 239 pounds. Back in August when I started this, I never thought I'd lose this much weight. Wasn't even really a consideration of mine for why I was doing this. I did this here for my blood pressure because my blood pressure was out of control. Even on medications, I didn't want to take any more pills. I didn't want to take any more medications. I didn't want to have to continuously go see my doctor and have to deal with my blood pressure being out of control. I saw enough videos from Dr. Barry talking about people controlling their blood pressure, and Dr. Baker, Anthony Chafee, Tony Hampton. I've seen all these doctors talking about controlling your blood pressure using the carnivore diet, and that's what I wanted to do. That's why I started this. And even before I started losing a significant amount of weight, my blood pressure came down and it stabilized. My main factor in this here is for my body to be healthy, my heart to be healthy. I've got my gargoyle tattoo on my left arm. That's for a reason. It's symbolic. Gargoyles they defend against evil. That's why they're on churches. The church puts them on there to ward off evil. I have my gargoyle on my left shoulder to protect my heart. It's to keep my heart from being evil and to protect it to be healthy. That's why I did it. So the whole carnivore diet, carnivore lifestyle for me was started just to lose a little bit of weight if it worked. But it was started to get off my medications, to get off of my blood pressure meds, because I didn't want to have to deal with having them. They're a pain in the ass. I didn't like it. Now that my blood pressure is under control, I'm looking more for my weight. As long as my blood pressure keeps stable and it's good, then I'm perfectly fine. Continue eating as a carnivore, continuing this lifestyle. I have no plans whatsoever of adding back in any of that food that was poisoning my body. I don't need it. It doesn't need to be part of my diet. It doesn't need to be part of my lifestyle. getting a little bit of exercise in, I know that helps. I can see that on my Fitbit. My heart rate variability is going up. My resting heart rates are going down. My resting heart rate was at 59 this morning. My sleeping heart rate was at 58, and my heart rate variability is up to a 38. And for my age group, 58 years old, having a 38 heart rate variability is actually pretty dang good. Um, I have had them at times. I guess I didn't pay attention to what I was eating at the time. When I've had my heart rate variability up in the 50s, in the 40s quite a bit, but it's steadily now. It stays in above 30, and it stays into the mid 30s now. Before it would go up into the 50s and come back down into the 20s and go back up into the 40s, come back in the 30s. It was kind of all over the place, but it seems to be stabilizing, and but it's still continuing to rise. It's well above the single digits and the teens that it was in before I started this lifestyle, which tells me my heart is happy with what I'm doing for it, what I'm giving it, and what my body is eating and using for fuel. My blood sugars, I test them every once in a while with my wife's meter. They're continuing to be in the in the low 70s, and well, one day it was 2 hours after 8. I checked it, and it was at 92. It's the highest I've seen it since I've started checking it. I've had 90 once before, but the 70s, 80s, it's just a normal place for my blood sugars to be at. That tells me my body is burning ketones, and I'm in ketosis, and that's what it's using. It's burning all the extra fat that I still have for energy, and that's what I want. Getting a little bit of exercise in, hopefully they'll burn a little extra fat. So that's all I wanted. Hey, if anybody knows why I'm cold, let me know. Leave a comment. Give me a hand. I've learned a lot of different things on the carnivore diet, but I still have a lot to learn, and I still only know a tiny fraction about this lifestyle. But if you know why, if you have any ideas, let me know. I'd like to hear something from somebody else to see if there's something else I could do. Thanks.